What's up guys? How are we? Welcome back to yet another video. Today we crack into the top 30 of the top 100 NFL players of 2023. It's DERWIN James coming in at number 30, safety for the Chargers. It's a name I recognize, it's a name we've seen before. I know his face, I'm sure I do, but I can't put a finger on his play. So that's what we're watching these videos for, but first let's have a look at his stats. There he is, strong safety for the Chargers. August 3rd, 1996, he's 27 years of age, 6'2", 215 pounds. Decent size for a safety. Florida State from 15 to 17, got picked up in the first round of the 2018 draft with pick number 17 to the Chargers, and he's been there ever since. Two-time first-team All-Pro participant in his rookie season and in 2021. Second-team All-Pro last year in 2022. Three-time Pro Bowler. 18 in his rookie season, 21 and 22. Not sure what happened between that, but at the end of the day, Pro Bowl doesn't mean a huge amount, and there are a lot of decent safeties in the league. He ran a 4.47 40-yard dash, 40 inches on the vertical. What? 11 foot on the broad jump, and 21 reps on the bench press. Wow. No wonder he was drafted in the first round. Played 14 games last year. I'm not sure why he played 14 of 17 games, but 14 games all the same, bringing his career total regular season games to 50. Last year, 115 combined tackles, 64 solo, 51 assisted, 4 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 6 passes deflected, 2 interceptions, and 2 forced fumbles, getting career highs in both assisted tackles and sacks. Holy fucking shit. 50 games, 372 tackles combined. So that's almost 8 per game. Every single game. Week in, week out. Alright, on August 17th, 2022, prior to last season, he signed a 4-year, $76.4 million contract extension with the Chargers. The deal made James the highest paid safety in NFL history. No surprises there. Well, I guess if anyone wants to see some action from a safety running 4.47, 40-inch vertical, and an 11-foot broad jump, just launching himself into tackles, stay tuned.
Gotcha.
Let's talk about DERWIN.
Yeah. I can cuss on here? Yeah, he'll talk that but he'll back it up for sure though, so you ain't gotta worry about that.
He's a freak, I ain't gonna lie.
You walk the walk, you can talk the talk.
DERWIN James is, one of my favorite safeties in the league, has always been since he's gotten here.
It'd suck to be throwing against a guy like DERWIN James. He's going to blow up everything.
A prototype safety is DERWIN.
I just watched this, the last game he had, he hit, I think it was a tight end or a running back. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh no, what's he going to do?
DERWIN James has left his mark on his peers as one of the...
Edwards-Helaire. Yeah, I did say we were going to see some action, right? Some force. And that was in slow motion. Can you imagine that hit at full speed?
Finest safeties in the NFL.
I really respect guys who can do, multiple things at that position.
What? He just picked up Travis Kelce and put him on his back.
You'll feel it. He's a really, really great safety.
Decent tackle technique too. I mean, that would be legal in the game of rugby, because his body is still horizontal. But if it goes beyond horizontal, that's a send-off.
He'll pop you, if he gets a chance to hit you, he'll lay a big one on you.
I've just seen him make some plays. I'm like, yeah, he's got that. He's got game. He's got game.
Solid.
James flies around the field, equally
way to
at
stay
home
on
in
your
the
feet,
backfield.
man.
He's in.
Jeez, who went for that block? Well, I don't know if anyone went for the block. Let's have a look. Okay, you call that a cut block, do you? We call that a grass cutter, just taking out the ankles, just doing what, lowering your shoulder. You might get a knee to the head, and in rugby, that is a significant injury. Really, really bad. With a helmet, not so much, although, there's still a lot of force involved, but
James'
his ability to jump over that,
equally at home in the backfield,
He's in.
and still make the sack.
DERWIN James, a loss of 7.
That's significant.
score deep downfield.
40 inches vertical. We saw that right there. But he's got the speed to stay with the receiver, right? Enough speed to stay with them, enough hops to catch the ball. Yeah, you don't want to be going up against this guy. You don't want to be running routes against DERWIN James.
He's just a very physical player, but really it's his competitiveness every single play. You're gonna get his best, and like that's what makes him such a fantastic football player.
He can't get open, bro. I keep telling y'all that.
This past season, our game plan was DERWIN James. And so we was like, where is DERWIN? Every single play. We knew exactly where he was. We were identifying where DERWIN was because you could literally see past games, he would just blow up plays because they wouldn't account for him. And if you don't account for him on every single play, they're gonna have 15 tackles and you're not gonna have any explosive plays. They're gonna get you the third and longs. And then that's when their defense wins.
I'm gonna give y'all everything I've got, bro. We all we need. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Safety's it's a mixture between finesse and just brute strength, right? The linebackers are more so these just big hitters who just go and go and go, targeting, using brute force. But safety is a mixture of the two. It's like it's a hybrid between a cornerback who is really finesse type player and a linebacker.
Most of all, his peers at his position respect him.
Mate, what a play that is to break up that play, to be behind the play and still make it first to the ball.
DERWIN James is
a
guy who's just extremely big, extremely physical. You know, the ball's in there. I saw him have some great plays in man coverage, and the ball's in that area. He's running, he's slipping the 7 route, and he's able to get his head around and go up and high point the ball and come down 2 feet.
To pick the ball off of Hopkins.
Bounds like crazy. I mean, it's just great athleticism, crazy athleticism.
God, you'd be stoked with that play.
Doing everything.
Well. It's not Jonathan Taylor, but it is Nick Chubb, and that's in the next video. Either way, the last thing we're going to do is place this guy, DERWIN James, into a rugby team. And I would say, being that he has the vertical leap and the speed that he does, being that he doesn't mind putting in a tackle, being that if he does get beaten on the inside or outside, he's going to turn and he's going to chase, and he's most likely going to be able to catch them. If not, and also, if a play is developing in front of him, he's got the speed, he's got that power in his legs, the first few steps of acceleration, he's going to be able to make it to a ruck or to a tackle or to a player, at will. He's going to be able, once he makes a decision, look, if he's got the rugby knowledge, once he makes a decision, as far as going in for a tackle, he's going to be able to make that decision and perform and get there. Get to the spot really, really well. On offense, being that he's got 40-inch vertical, I feel like the crossfield kick, I feel like the up and under would be perfect for this guy. Getting up and catching those balls, just like he did against Hopkins, right? Can you imagine that against a rugby player? He'd catch the ball, he'd get to the ground, and if he's got any amount of space in front of him, I'm sure he could make people miss. I'm sure. I mean, we didn't see a hell of a lot there. That's the big tragedy about American football, is that someone is pigeonholed to either side of the ball, either offense or defense. And, being a guy who loves offense, I'd love nothing more than to see DERWIN James with the ball in hand, with a bit of space, see what you can do. Basically lining up as a wide receiver and a cornerback in one. That's the winger position, and that's the position I would put DERWIN James in. So, whether you agree with me or not, let me know down in the comment section below. That is another video done. And in the next one, we look at running back Nick Chubb. Can't wait. I'll see you then.